Welcome to our Mini Professional Development online learning series, giving Miami-Dade County Public Schools Head Start and Early Head Start teachers a head start. We're the Disability Service Area. I'm Jacqueline Basayo.
And I'm Giovanni Wilcox, and today's trending topic is 45-day screenings.
That's right. So Giovanni, did you know that all Head Start children have to be screened within the first 45 days of their entry into the program?
Yes, Jackie. All newly enrolled children into the Head Start program have to have the 45-day screenings done before their 45th day. And if any child that started school this school year on the first day of school, their 45th day is October 3rd.
That's right. So today we're going to give you a little brief overview on the Head Start 45-day screenings.
So Jackie, let's start with the screenings that are required.
So for Head Start, the screenings that we use are the AccuScreen, the Preschool Language Scales 5, or how it's known, the PLS 5, and the DECA.
So Jackie, you're telling me that there are 3 different screenings that I have to administer to all new children?
Absolutely. There's the AccuScreen, which is the developmental tool that we use in our program and really looks at the child's overall development. So it looks at cognitive development, perceptual motor development, language development, and social development. Then we have the PLS 5, which looks at the child's language, speech, fluency, voice, and pragmatic skills. And then we also have the DECA that looks at the child's social and emotional skill development and also screens for behavior concerns.
Okay, Jackie, so where and how does a teacher access and input these screenings?
Sure. So for the AccuScreen, teachers will input the screening directly into the Galileo Pre-K online system. And your curriculum support specialist will provide you the login for that. For the PLS 5, the teachers will use the age-appropriate protocol and complete it on paper. There is no online system for the PLS 5. For the DECA, the teachers will go ahead and input the DECA into the e-DECA system. And your mental health specialist will provide you with that login information.
So Jackie, for the PLS 5, if a child's home language is something other than English, what do I do?
That's a really good question, Giovanni. So all children will be screened using the English protocol. So every child, regardless of their home language, is going to have the English protocol. Now, if a child speaks a second language at home or a different language at home, you're going to also have to screen them in that home language. So if a child speaks Spanish, you're going to be screening them in the English and in the Spanish protocol.
Okay, well Jackie, I understand that we have the PLS 5 in English and we also have it in Spanish. But what about children that speak Haitian Creole or any other language?
So that's correct. We only have the PLS 5 in English and in Spanish. And so therefore, as per the grantee's request, Miami-Dade County, as per the request, the teacher must request the assistance of either a staff member that speaks the child's language or a family member to assist in translating that tool.
Okay, Jackie, so I understand that now if I'm a Head Start teacher, I have the PLS 5 kit in Spanish because I have a child that speaks Spanish as their home language. Mm-hmm. And I don't speak Spanish, no hablo español. So what do I do?
So just like a child that maybe speaks Creole or a different language that you're not familiar with, you're going to have to try to find somebody, a staff member in the school that speaks that language to see if they can assist you with translating that tool, or the child's family member to assist you in administering that assessment.
Okay, Jackie, so what about returning children? Do we have to screen them?
So many great questions, Giovanni. So for the PLS 5, actually, all returning children are going to get the PLS 5. So all new and returning children will get the PLS 5 screening. As far as the AccuScreen and the DECA, when it comes to returning children, you're only going to administer the AccuScreen and the DECA on those returning children that had concerns during the previous school year. So for instance, a child that scored at risk on the AccuScreen last year is a child you're going to have to screen on the AccuScreen this year. A child with a DECA concern last year, you're going to have to screen them on the DECA this year.
Okay, and one more thing, Jackie. So if a child that was 4 years old last year, no, if they were 3-year-old last year, would I complete the 4-year-old PLS 5 this year?
Absolutely. So you're going to select the age protocol based on the child's age the day you complete that screening. So if the child turned 4 today and you're screening him tomorrow you will use the 4-year-old protocol.
Okay, Jackie, so when can teachers start completing these 45-day screenings?
Teachers should really wait a period of about 4 weeks to observe that child, allow that child to get comfortable within the classroom environment before beginning to administer these screenings. These screenings require observations that are not a one-time assessment and really require us to look at certain behaviors and certain things throughout a period of time. So we really ask that teachers wait for those 4 weeks before they begin administering those assessments.
So wait, Jackie. So what if I have a child in my classroom that I already have concerns for? Do I have to wait the 4 weeks?
Absolutely. Just like everybody else, you need to make sure that we observe that child over a 4-week period and allow that child to adjust to the classroom. Maybe it's a child that has never been in the classroom environment, is not used to that classroom structure. So we want to give that child a fair chance and say, we've given him 4 weeks and then now we're going to administer that assessment just like everyone else.
Okay, so now Jackie, if I'm a Head Start teacher, I completed my AccuScreens, I completed my PLS 5, and I completed my DECAs. What happens next?
Okay, so for the AccuScreen, which is the one you're going to input into Galileo, that is going to produce a report that tells you where that child is developmentally. So it's going to tell you whether that child is typical and there are no concerns, or if that child is at risk for a developmental delay. So that report you're going to print 2 copies of. One for yourself, for you to keep in your education binder, and one for your parent outreach specialist at your school to file in the Head Start file. If that child is at risk for a developmental delay, and you're going to see that on the report, you have to rescreen that child within 20 days. So the rule is within 20 days you will rescreen on the AccuScreen if that child is found at risk. For the PLS 5, the teachers will make a copy of their protocol, keep the copy, and provide the original to the parent outreach specialist for the Head Start file. Teachers will not rescreen on the PLS 5. For the DECA, the E-DECA system generates a report that tells us if the child has an area of strength, if the child is typical, or if the child has an area of need. So teachers will print out 2 copies of the single rating report, one for themselves, one for their parent outreach specialist to file in the Head Start file. The teacher will also print a DECA letter that notifies the parents of the screening results. If that child has an area of need in any of the areas on the DECA, the teacher will then have to complete a DECA intervention plan. And for the DECA, we only rescreen if the child has a concern in January. Your mental health specialist can provide you with additional information regarding that DECA process.
Okay, Jackie, thank you for all of that information. Now, do teachers have to share all of these results or screenings with the families?
Absolutely. So teachers will be sharing all of these results with the families during parent-teacher conferences.
Wow, Jackie, thank you for all that information, for giving our teachers a head start when it comes to the 45-day screenings. But let's give our teachers a few tips.
Absolutely. So observe the child for 4 weeks. Allow that child to become comfortable within your classroom environment and really get to know the child before you start administering these assessments.
Complete all assessments before the 45th day.
So remember, if a child starts school on the first day of school this year, their 45th day is October 3rd. Make 2 copies of all of your screenings. So the AccuScreen report, you'll print out 2 copies of that. Your PLS 5, you're going to make a copy of that. And your DECA single rating report, you're going to make 2 copies of that. One for your educational binder and one for your parent outreach specialist.
Also remember to only rescreen kids, returning students, that had concerns on the DECA and on the AccuScreen last school year, and all children should be getting the PLS 5
Absolutely.
this year.
All children must receive the PLS 5. Lastly, make sure that you share all screening information with your parents. So parent-teacher conferences, at home visits, but we have to make sure that the parents are aware of the screening results.
Thank you for tuning in and continuing to learn and grow with us. Any questions on matters that are important to you, please send them our way so we can address them in future sessions. This is Giovanni signing off.
This is Jacqueline signing off. Until next time.